You know, folks come into my office every day talking about how marriage is so tough. They see those fairy tale weddings, the honeymoon phase, and think that's all there is. But let me tell you something, marriage ain't always a walk in the park. It's more like climbing Mount Everest in flip-flops. Many prepare for the wedding, the dress, the cake, the romance. But how many of you are truly prepped for the day-to-day grind? The nitty-gritty that comes with sharing a life with another person? We're gonna dive deep into 5 hard truths about marriage nobody wants to talk about. These are the elephants in the room, the things folks whisper about behind closed doors. But you need to hear them, because awareness is the first step to building a strong, lasting relationship. Look, staying faithful is about more than just physical intimacy. It's about emotional fidelity too. Are you giving your partner your full attention, your energy, your heart? Or are you checking out mentally, looking for validation elsewhere? The temptation to stray, it's real. Especially in this day and age with social media and everyone pretending their life is perfect. But let me tell you, those are just highlight reels. Real intimacy, real connection that takes work. And if you haven't learned to be faithful to yourself, to your values, before marriage, it's gonna be a whole lot harder once you say I do. Marriage doesn't magically fix those issues, folks. It shines a big old spotlight on them. Let's talk about sex, baby. Or rather, let's talk about how no one tells you that your sex life in marriage ain't always gonna be fireworks and champagne. You're gonna have different libidos, different desires, different experiences. One of you might be a marathon runner while the other prefers a quick sprint, and that's okay. But you gotta communicate, folks. Don't let resentment build up because you're afraid to talk about what's going on in the bedroom. This ain't something you can just sweep under the rug. It'll fester and cause bigger problems down the line. Chapter 3. Money, money, money. It's one of the biggest stressors in a marriage, and nobody wants to admit it. You got different spending habits, different financial goals, maybe even different ideas about what yours, mine, and ours really means. You gotta be honest with yourselves and each other about your financial situations. No hiding debt, no secret accounts. That's how you build trust, and trust is the foundation of any good relationship. And let me tell you, there ain't nothing sexy about financial infidelity. It's just as hurtful, just as damaging as any other kind of betrayal. Chapter 4. We all go into marriage with a picture in our heads of what it's gonna be like. But you know what happens to pictures? They fade. Life happens. People change. Your partner might gain weight, lose their job, go through a rough patch. Are you prepared to be there for them, through thick and thin? Or are you gonna bail at the first sign of trouble? Real love, folks, it's not about finding the perfect person. It's about choosing to love someone, flaws and all, every single day. Chapter 5. Listen, you're two different people with different backgrounds, different experiences, different opinions. You're gonna disagree, that's a given. The question is, how are you gonna handle those disagreements? Are you gonna shout each other down, give each other the silent treatment, or are you gonna actually listen to each other's perspectives? Try to see things from their point of view. Remember, you're on the same team here. You gotta be willing to compromise, to meet each other halfway. That's how you build a strong, resilient relationship that can weather any storm. Look, I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Marriage is tough. It takes work, dedication, and a whole lot of patience. But it's also one of the most rewarding things you'll ever experience. You get to share your life with your best friend, your confidant, your lover. You get to grow together, learn together, and build something truly special. So if you're thinking about getting hitched, go into it with your eyes wide open. Don't be afraid to have those tough conversations, to face those hard truths head on, because that's how you build a love that lasts.